Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Let's talk about Gary Lineker and cancel culture. Gary Lineker either temporarily or permanently will no longer be presenting Match of the Day because of a Twitter post he made about the Tories, or the Nasty Party as we all used to call them, about their migrant laws. So he's being punished. Now, we all know that this isn't directly, about the BBC. The Tory government, the Nasty Party, have got their claws in the BBC, and they're using it to spread propaganda via their news and documentary hours. We know that. This is the problem with a government-run broadcasting institution. The BBC has been a great institution throughout my life. I love it. It would be a great honour for me to work for the BBC. I don't directly have issues with the BBC, although I wasn't happy that they cancelled Holby City for geographical inclusive reasons. It was a pathetic reason. It was a popular show. That show should still be made today. But we're not here to talk about that. What's happening to Gary Lineker poses a question. We seem to have woken up in a communist state. It feels like living in China or Russia, where they oversee social media. And if you say anything in opposition of their politicians and their government states, you could end up being in a lot of trouble. Now, we're not talking about Gary Lineker going to prison for his comments, but how far away are we from that? The truth is, left, progressive, liberal Gary Lineker should not be suspended as Match of the Day presenter because of his comments on Twitter. Right-wing actress, former wrestler Gina Carano shouldn't be fired from The Mandalorian because of what she posted on Instagram. We are in the West. We're supposed to be, a democracy. We're supposed to be able to say within reason whatever we want. As I say, the right wing keep on talking about cancel culture. During the COVID pandemic, they were talking about being gagged and not being able to have freedom of speech. Isn't it interesting? The same movement now are quite happy for Gary Lineker to be gagged. Even Margaret Thatcher didn't gag people. She was a very problematic prime minister and figure. Ben Elton, a comedian, used to have a series on the BBC of all places called The Man from Auntie. It was literally a stand-up, most of all, where he used to basically lay in to Margaret Thatcher because Ben Elton, surprise, surprise, is a liberal. By the way, I'm a liberal as well, but I'm a liberal who doesn't believe in gagging right-wing opinions, opposing opinions. So why should you be gagging a liberal guy like Gary Lineker? He's passionate about what the Tories are doing. I'm passionate about what the Tories are doing. Both my parents were migrants. If my dad didn't migrate as an 8-year-old boy to the UK for emergency surgery, he would have died. So, there's another conversation there to be spoken about, but I don't want to talk about that. Has Gary Lineker got the right to say what he wants? Some people say he's a broadcaster, he signed this and that. No. Let's not talk shit. He wasn't releasing spoilers. There's no spoilers to release anyway. All he flipping did was give his opinion. If we no longer can give our opinions, where are we? This is a very serious situation. And this is why the Tories must be voted out of power immediately. Look at the lengths and the depths they will go to hold on to power. They are now trying to appeal to far-right voters. This is why they're doing this stuff with the migrant rulings and laws. And this is where we are today. You shouldn't be gagging Gina Carano. You shouldn't be gagging Gary Lineker. And that's the point that I'm making. If you can't handle opposing opinions, go into a soundproof booth, put some headphones on, and don't listen to the outside world. What's happening to Gary Lineker is wrong, and I'm happy that Ian Wright, Alan Shearer, and others have stood by his side. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection, and I'll see you again in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.